Guys, I really want you to focus on yourself. Really, truly. If you really, truly can do one thing right now, please focus on yourself. Look, the world, it really is the people around you, they're trying to get that attention away from you. They're trying to get you so busy on social media, so busy with work, so busy with other aspects of life that oftentimes we won't have time to really truly focus on ourselves. God, I don't know how to explain it, but it's so important that you spend more time focusing on who you are today and who you could be tomorrow, right? It's really, really tempting to just go with the flow about life. It is really tempting to just be like, let it be the way it is. It's really tempting to just get up, run to work, finish work, run to the next thing that you need to do, and then finish that and run to something else. I know a lot of people, they do have a way to sort of spend some time with themselves, and oftentimes that could be through meditation, gym, things like that. I think that's what I've seen at least the most in my life. People spend a lot of time, have a me time, basically go to the gym, for example, it's them. But the thing is, when you're just in the gym working out, you most likely are listening to music, you're surrounded by people. Some people just in their own bubble, which sometimes is cool because you get to think a lot about it. But when I'm talking about focusing on yourself, I'm going a bit one step ahead. This is great when you start doing things like that, but if you can go one step ahead, like sitting down and really truly just try your best to get in tune with yourself, trying to understand that inner voice. What does it want? When you start to pray, when you start to meditate, when you start to write things down, journaling, when you start to just sitting in silence and do nothing and let your brain just wander around the things, that's when you start to understand a few things about you that is often not seen when you're running around doing things in this world. Look, the whole point of these social medias is to grab the most important thing that you have right now, which is your time. So we do say that social media is free. Your Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, X, and Thread. We do say all these social media and many more, we say they're free, but the currency that we trade, the trade-off here, the currency that they need from us is our time. And that's why they make so much money. That's why Facebook's a billion company, because they're getting our time. When you give your time to your work, let's say 8 hours, and then you give your time to social media, let's say 2-3 hours, and then you prioritize your sleep like 7 hours or 6 hours, I don't know how many hours exactly per se, then you have a very little time for yourself to really, truly say, let me sit down and do nothing. But oftentimes what we do when we have our free time, if you're not on social media, we want to consume a TV show. Like, there's nothing wrong watching TV shows, by the way, or movies. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing. But having some time for just this person, for you to listen to yourself, your inner voice, to just be there and present, it is important. Because if you're on everything every day, in the car you're driving, you listen to music, you get to the gym, you put your earphones in, you're training, yes, but you're still just in your own bubble, you're never gonna have a chance to just listen to your body, to your soul, to your spirit, to what it's trying to tell you, for what it wants you to focus on. And if we go our lives just not focusing on ourselves, it's gonna be really difficult to understand what is it that I want out of life. And then again, this is not about having a bigger goal, or if you're an entrepreneur, you spend time just working that you don't have to. I do think that having time for yourself, it really just helps you take one step back and realize that, okay, if I can give social media 3-4 hours of my day, why can't I give myself 10 minutes to just sit in silence, to meditate, to pray, to journal, to do things that will not necessarily be apparent to everybody, but to you, it will make you feel just like I listen to what my heart, my soul says. Like it's really hard to tell people you should spend more time with yourself, because we are constantly running from one task to the another. We don't have time to sit down on ourselves, and think about it. We don't have time for it. We don't. As soon as we get some free time, oh, let me relax. What do? Social media, bam. More consuming, more things. We're not even in our world, because we're consuming, we're scrolling, we are just taking in those information from the people outdoors, and we're just consuming and consuming. And like, there's nothing against consuming. There's nothing against none of this stuff I'm talking about. All I'm encouraging is, if you can give some time to all this nonsense out there, surely you should be able to give yourself some time for yourselves. Yeah, taking care of yourself by running, go to the gym and all that stuff is really good. And some people that run, they don't even have earphones or anything like that. They're just in the moment, just in the feeling, not just running, main exercises, main type of sports, for example. People are focused on that. But it's still different when you just sit still and take it in. Really, just it's different. And I do realize that we are different. I do know that a lot of people don't see this as a thing, and they'll probably say, oh no, I can just do that, on my sleep. Like, what? That's not the same thing. Like, it really isn't the same thing when you sit down and just silence and you just listen to your body, listen to your soul, listen to your spirit, listen to your inner voice. Just relax and really truly just let it be. It is hard. It really is. It really is hard to just sit still. Like, the world is constantly moving. Even the time constantly moving your head. So why would you want to sit still? Makes sense why people don't want to do it. But I would encourage, 5-10 minutes. Start small. 10 minutes. Sit in silence. If you can't, pray. I know people say, oh, but you're speaking to yourself if you just sit in silence and don't speak. Man, someone else is listening to you, man. Trust me, God is there listening to you. Just sit down and say, God, how can I learn to be still? How can I learn to speak to you? How can I learn to do X, Y, Z? Like, most things, they're not just apparent. Things don't just happen like that. But with practice, you will get in a point where you'll be able to just sit still and reflect and really truly appreciate everything that you have in this world. I know it's so easy for us to focus on the negative things. Oh, someone died. Oh, that happened. Oh, helicopter crashed. Oh my God, the trend is like, a lot of things happen. People are dying every day. And sometimes when you stop for a second and you appreciate that, you start thinking to yourself, right, God, thank you. I'm here for another day. It is a bless. We don't think much about it, but it really truly is a bless, just to be alive, to be here. It is a bless. And I know this world actually seems like there's more negative than there's positive, but in fact, it's because we are focusing more on the negative. There's a lot of positive things that are happening each and every day. New people are being born. New people, are cancer free. New things are happening. But when we say negative news, as I say, the world is so negative. But this world is not just so negative. It may look like that if you're just consuming lots of negative things and if you're just obsessed with negative stuff and the news and things like that. Yeah, but the news is propaganda. They want you to, focus on the negative side of things. There's a lot of beauty in this world. There's a lot of beautiful people with beautiful soul and spirit. Not everyone is evil. Not everyone wants the worst in everybody. Some people are so kind. But, hey, it's the world we live in and how you perceive it as well. It makes a huge difference. But my point is, and it is the same, if you can, focus on yourself as much as you possibly can. Give yourself some time. Give yourself some grace. Just stop running. Always on. I'm always the same thing. That's why sometimes I take the morning just to film my videos, to pray, meditate, to relax. Because as the day goes by, it gets busier and busier. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, I'll let you, reflect on that a little bit more. And please, if there's something you can do as you're listening to this, sit still and just listen. Anyways, I'll speak to you guys soon. Take care. Bye. Ciao.